Hi, everyone. I'm Susie McCrae, and this is the Let's Bless Our Loved Ones public guest webinar. I'm a proud global founder, as are the rest of the people on this panel, for a company called OnPassive. And you're in for a treat today, because as a guest, you've been invited by someone who cares about you to learn about a business called OnPassive. Right now, I've disabled the chat because we want you to focus on the presentation. And then afterwards, I will be back to help moderate any questions from our guests. So we just want you to sit back, listen, and then you'll get all the details. Okay, so the first speaker today is Marty Degarmo. He comes to us from New Jersey in the United States. And Marty had a career in the corporate world of over 17 years as a project manager, traveled across the globe. And then 15 plus years ago, he got into online marketing. He understands businesses online. He's seen everything. He's done everything. He has tremendous wisdom. And he's going to tell you why, when he heard about OnPassive, he knew that this was the last company for him to be involved with. So Marty, if you'd like to tell your story, we'll get this going, and I'll be doing the slides, Red, once you come on.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Susie and Ethel. Fantastic job. Every time I see Ethel, I smile just because it makes me smile. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. We're going to introduce to you a business that I feel, well, I know there's nothing like it, absolutely nothing like it. And I believe I have enough background to say that and mean it. I've been online, like Susie said, about 17 years full time. And it was a rocky road, a rocky road in the beginning. It's, you get on, and we, for the most part, we all get on for the same reason. We're looking for a way to subsidize an income, or in some cases, replace an income. I wound up on disability, so I was looking for time freedom, so I could make enough that I'm not worried about money. Not really money doesn't really do that much for me, but we have to have it. And if I don't have to worry about it, you have to have enough that you don't think about it. And that's what I was looking for. As I said, I worked probably the first 10 years realizing what I didn't know. And it's painful, because you wind up jumping from one thing to the other, and you're really not sure, is it you? Is it the business? Maybe I can't do this. Is it the skill level? And it's a little bit of all that. A lot of cases, I've jumped into a business and it disappears in a couple of weeks, sometimes, if you're lucky, 60 days, because they're not legit, right? They're not set up to run a long time. They do a flash type thing. A few gurus can drive in enough people for whoever it is that created the site to make a few $100,000, very quickly. That's what the internet's about. But as time went on, I started to know what to look for, at least, what not to look for. So, and then I realized that I have to learn something more than just getting in, because you beat up your friends and family about 4 or 5 times, and that list gets small. So you have to learn how to drive traffic. And a lot of people aren't told that. They're told, get in, make a list. And if you fail, or if it's failing, they say, well, it's your fault. You don't have a big enough why, or you don't have, just stupid stuff that makes you feel humiliated. Like, I don't need to hear my why isn't big enough. 4 grandchildren living with me while my wife lost her job and I'm on disability. You're telling me my why isn't big enough? Come on, nobody wants to hear that. So what really happens is you need to learn how to drive traffic. I did eventually, and I joined up with Mike Ellis and Dan Street, and we could drive traffic. We could build teams. Now what? Well, now I'm meeting me 10 years ago who doesn't know how to do that. And then I'm trying to help other people. You can never help enough. You cannot duplicate what you're doing. But the big gurus can't do it. I'm not doing it, right? I tried, but it doesn't work. So now here you are, you learn how to drive traffic, you do bring people in, you might help 4 or 5 people and they're starting to get it. Can they train other people? No, they're just learning themselves. So if you can share what you're doing and they get it, 5, 10 people, that's not earth-shattering money. That's breaking even money. And I know no one got in this business, no one got in this business to cover the monthly charge that you get from each company, right? You have a, can't think of what the word is right now, doesn't matter. But you have that monthly payment you have every month, month after month after month. Of course, my dogs are gonna start barking. I'll make this quick. I found out about this business about 2.5 years ago, researched it. In fact, I saw it from the gentleman that's gonna explain the business, Red Redford. I've known Red for probably going on 5 years now, which is unbelievable. And no one, and I mean no one, explains this business any better than he does. The reason I got in this business was because I was looking for this business and didn't know it, but I was, and I trust Red and his partner Peter. And I said, well, I'm going to find out what they're doing. It had nothing to do with what the business was or whatever, because I didn't know. But it's hard to find somebody you trust, and I trusted Red from the very beginning, years and years ago. He explained it to me. I asked a few questions and I got in. My problem is I can't explain the business in 20, 25 minutes. Okay. So I get all JoJo the idiot circus monkey. So there's people that are in certain lanes. That's not my lane. But Red will explain it to you. Red is top notch at it. He's got it in slides, so it's a visual thing. And I want you to keep in mind, whatever you hear, I know what happens to people at first, because I did it. This isn't brain surgery. Is you look at it and you hear certain words and you go, oh, I can't do that. Let it go. I don't care what words you hear, just go with the flow. And at the end, if you have questions, and this is for guests, this is a guest webinar. I love all the founders out there, but they already know what's going on. If you have a question at the end, you could come on, ask it, and we'll get you the answer. Now, also I want to tell you is if you watch this webinar and you say, man, there's something there, but I don't know. If you write me at onpassivenation@gmail.com, I'll send you a copy of it so you can play it, reverse it, stop it, go back, and really understand what you're looking at. Because I want to tell you the truth. Unlike any other MLM, if you don't get in, that's okay. It's really your loss. We don't need any more numbers. I mean, it's not a numbers thing the company builds for you. But we want you in. If you see it, you get it. Obviously, we want you in. So I'm going to turn it over to my friend, business partner, and top-notch human being, Red Redford.
Thanks very much, Marty. And welcome all of the guests that are here today. My name is Red Redfern. As Marty has just said, I'm 58, which I can't believe. Married to the lovely Jane Redfern, got a couple of kids and a couple of grandkids as well. I'm a chef by trade, would you believe it? And just goes to show that this opportunity is absolutely for everybody and anybody. You do not have to have any knowledge, background. You do not have to be computer savvy, anything like this. This is an opportunity for absolutely everyone. I will be turning my camera off in a little while, but I always like to relax my guests and just get a couple of the main asked questions out of the way, just so that you know that you're in the right place to listen to this presentation. The number one thing that everybody, and I mean absolutely everybody, asks me about OnPassive is it legal and legitimate? Yes, it is. It was first registered all the way back in November of 2018 in Orlando, Florida as an SSL company. And subsequently, it has been re-registered as well in Hyderabad, India as a limited company in January of this year. And also we've just been told actually last night that it's been registered as well in Bangladesh. These licenses, guys, give us the legal right to be able to operate anywhere across the globe as a informational technology business, which we are. Also, as a side note as well, the onpassive.com email domain name has been registered for 10 years. This shows exactly how we are looking at OnPassive. We are a company that wants to be here for a long, long period of time. We are not a fly-by-night by any means. And I'll get into the way that OnPassive has been built and how we have got to this stage where we are now. The other question that everyone asks me is, can I make money out of OnPassive? Because let's face it, everybody is here because they want to make a secondary residual income online, that passive income, to be able to make it online. With OnPassive, there is no limitations. It does not matter when you join us. Okay, there you have the ability to make a income online with OnPassive. And the reason you can do that is because this opportunity I am going to explain to you right now is for a thing called the founder's position. This is the early bird position where you will be a founder and partner of OnPassive. When we launch to the globe, which I'll get into later, we are going to be a customer-based business. This means that people will be physically purchasing our digital products and services. You do not have to know anything about how it all works, but one thing you do have to do is to participate, and that means become a founder. In return, you will then make commissions from the customers buying the digital products and services of OnPassive, and this is how you make your money online. It is open to everyone. There is no qualifications. You do not have to know anything. Okay, like I said, I will be turning my video off now so you can listen to what I have to say. Okay, so let's get started. This is what you're going to learn from this webinar today. We're going to have a look at what OnPassive is, the person who is in charge of it. We'll have a little bit of a look at the products and services of OnPassive and why we actually do need these products right now in the internet space. We'll have a look at why become a founder and the important benefits of what this actual founder's position are going to give you. We'll then have a look at how you become and get started with OnPassive. So what exactly is OnPassive? Well, we are an informational technology business that has artificial intelligence at its core. We are also a brick and mortar asset company. What does that mean? It means we have not only a physical presence online, but we also have a physical presence offline. This means physical offices around the globe, and I'll get into that in a short while. We are a complete online marketing business solution that is open for absolutely everybody and anybody. We also have a complete done-for-you platform and ecosystem that we call OnPassive. So here is a look at the two offices that we currently have in OnPassive. The first one is on the left-hand side there. This is our CEO's office in Orlando, Florida. He has an office in that block there and a couple of staff. But our main hub, this is where everything, all the magic happens, in a place called Hyderabad, India. Now, Hyderabad, India is the equivalent of the Silicon Valley, but in India. So if you're thinking of Silicon Valley in the US, this is exactly the same in Hyderabad, India. This is where all of the brains in the internet space and marketing space all hang out. Other big companies have a presence there already, the likes of Microsoft, Apple, Google, just to name a few, all have presence there. Our CEO and founder decided, rather than drag the Indians who are the best of the best at informational technology and programming to the United States, let's have a presence there. And in December of last year of 2021, this building was then purchased for a 9-year lease and has been completely revamped, as you can see there. It now houses around about 700 plus staff, everybody that we need to have an online presence. So that is technicians, developers, core team, support staff, cleaners, absolutely everybody that we need to have a online presence is housed in this 7-story building. And as you can see there, it has been refurbished to a very, very high standard. You can also go on to Google Earth. If you put in OnPassive Hyderabad, you can actually physically zoom in and have a look at that office that we've just showed you there. So this is what gives us the online presence. So who is the person then behind the idea of OnPassive? Our CEO and founder. His name is Ash Mufareh. He is a family man. He's got a wife and 2 lovely boys, and he's got well over 20 years of online business experience under his belt. He has been extremely successful. He is a guru at driving traffic and producing a lot of business for many, many companies. He has been in the game for a long, long period of time, and he has made himself a millionaire through it. And also he has made many millions for many, many companies. And he, like I said, he's been doing it for a long, long period of time. He is extremely successful. But one of the things that always eluded other people, which he noticed, was he is successful because he is very good at doing his job. But to get other people, the 97%, the likes of you and I, who have dabbled in the online space with various products, potions, lotions, and all the rest of it, we cannot seem to be able to make that residual income that we are striving to make. And he thought there must be a much fairer level playing field for absolutely everybody. So it's not just that 3% that are walking across the stage with that great big check. Everybody has got to have a fair chance of making a residual income online. He had this idea, so he went around looking at companies that would facilitate his needs to be able to host his idea. He couldn't find one. So with the backing of his friends and especially his wife and family, he decided to do it on his own. But before he could do that, he needed to get the tools and knowledge himself. So he went back to college, got himself a Master's in Informational Technology and E-commerce and MIT, and he also went back to Harvard for a short period of time, specifically to learn about online business creation. And back in July of 2018, OnPassive was first born. Now, yes, it is 3.5 years ago, but to make a company of this magnitude takes a long, long period of time. And I will give you the way that it has been built all the way from back there in July of 2018. Everything that he has done for one reason and one reason only, and that is to give us, the foundership and the customers, a safe environment to be able to do business in. One that we are not going to get ripped off on, one that we are going to have a level playing field for absolutely everybody, whether they be a customer or a founder. Everybody is treated equally. There is no hierarchy. There is no system that is involved with OnPassive that segregates people away from each other. We are all exactly the same. So before we have a look at the products and services of OnPassive, what is OnPassive going to do for you as a founder? Because after all, this presentation is about the founder's position within OnPassive. It is going to give you a done-for-you solution. And what do I mean by that? We will physically be paying the company to do everything for us. In OnPassive, you as a founder will only ever pay twice out of pocket. Once to become a founder, and that at the moment is $97 US. And the next time is when we go live to the world. That means we are then going to be a customer-based business. And that is the next time that you will have to come out of pocket. And at the moment, that is going to be somewhere in the region of $200 to $300 US. That is the only 2 out-of-pocket payments you will ever make with OnPassive. The rest will be covered by the commissions that the company are going to generate on your behalf. And I'll get all into that in a little bit in a moment's time. So like I said, OnPassive is going to give you a done-for-you solution because we will physically be paying the company to do everything for us. They are going to give us a domain name and they will build us a website. And part of that is they will then start by driving traffic, which is customers, to that domain name and website. So there is no recruiting or converting of leads because the company are going to do it all on our behalf. They are also going to guarantee targeted traffic to this website. that they have built for us. And I'll get into what targeted traffic is later on in this presentation. They will do this by using proprietary technology that developed with artificial intelligence at its core. They will also manage the whole of our customer support. So not only are they going to recruit and convert these leads, they are going to place these people within our own organization. They also then going to follow up as a customer support. We do not have to do anything because we are paying the company to do it all for us. And in return, they will pay us commissions from these customers that come in. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why will they do that? Why will they get commission when they are doing it all for us? Because we will be customers as well as founders. And in return for us, this early bird situation that we're in now as founders, they are going to do all this work for us because it's beneficial to them and it's beneficial for us. All the tools needed for your success will be available in one place, under one roof, with one accessible login that we call the ecosystem of OnPassive. And this is going to be completely self-funding. Like I said, as a founder, you only ever pay twice out of pocket. From there on in, the rest of the monthly payments will be paid by the company from the commissions that they will generate on your behalf. So let's have a look then at some of the products and services of OnPassive. Now, what stands us apart from everything? A business will only ever be successful online if they have legitimate, viable products. This means products and services that people are actively using right now online. If a company hasn't got legitimate, viable products right now, then they will be going out of business because they have not got something that people actively need on a daily basis. Think of your smartphones, think of the internet. You are not going to die if you haven't got it, but it is something that you actively need. All our products and services of OnPassive that we have produced right now, similar ones are being used on the internet right now by over 4.5 billion people. We will be taking a slight market share from every single one of the companies that have a similar product and service that we have produced right now. So let's take 2 of these products that are in this list here. Now we have 20. Okay, at any point you can go over to onpassive.com and you can have a look at all of these products and services. You can go into the FAQs to see what they all do. Sorry. Or you can have a complete write-up of every single one. But for the sake of this presentation, we're just going to take out a couple. So that top left-hand one there is Academy. This is our e-learning center. This is where people who are schools, colleges, universities that have curriculums that they want students to follow, or you're a business that you have training modules, or you're an individual. For instance, I'm a chef. I could put my cooking classes on there, or a carpenter or metal worker or anyone else in between. If you have a course and you want students to participate in that course, you will host it on Academy. We as a company, OnPassive, will give you a completion certificate for completing that course. But also, if you're an organization that have individual certificates for those courses, you will also get that from that organization. Another one of our ones there is Onet. This is our social media platform. So we use Facebook, we use YouTube, we use Twitter, LinkedIn, and what's the other one as well? LinkedIn and Twitter, okay? This is very, very similar. Now, I did a post last night about Facebook. Now, Facebook, in their last quarter up to September, made a net profit of $9 billion. Now, I'm not saying that we are going to put Facebook out of business, but just imagine if we only took 5% of that market share from Facebook. That is $450 million for one product per quarter that we would be taking from Facebook's market share. we will have over 50 products and services within our ecosystem when we launch to the public, which is still on track to be by the end of this year, guys. Now, obviously, things might change, but that is what we are still on track to do. Another one of our products, which is the last one I'm going to speak about in this presentation today, is OConnect. This is our multimedia platform. We're using Zoom right now. Now, there is many different webinar services out there online at the moment, but we're using Zoom. Why? Not only is it the largest, but it's the easiest to use. There's around about 25 that are used right now online, and they are seriously making a lot of money by the billions. I think last year's profits from Zoom were around about $250 billion of turnover, which is massive. Again, just imagine if we only took 5% from that market share. Now, we are going to have a completely different platform. We're looking at Zoom right now, and you probably see the main screen, a little square to the top right-hand side with a picture on it and lots of buttons underneath. With our OConnect, we will have drag and drop facilities. This means if you are teaching somebody live online, you could drag in a chalkboard, for instance, and place it over the main screen. Or you could pop a video in the top left-hand side, a chat box all over the main screen without losing it. It has lots of other features as well. It's going to be high definition. It's going to be easily shareable. It is going to be a lower price point that people will purchase. Now, you might be thinking, I do not pay anything to use Zoom. I don't pay anything for Facebook. I don't pay anything for e-learning. But there is millions upon millions of people, companies, and businesses that pay millions and billions of dollars every single day to have their services hosted on one of these platforms. This is exactly what OnPassive will be doing. They will be monetizing these platforms on your behalf, so you then gain a commission from it. Another one of the major step-throughs for OnConnect that no other company has got is they will be able to live translate in real time in over 57 different languages. Can you imagine how this is going to change how people do things online? How many businesses have conference calls and they have to use translators? How many students use different colleges and they have to use translators, be able to do their courses? It opens up a massive marketplace. We have that technology, and it is being produced because every single one of OnPassive's products and services have got artificial intelligence woven in to every single one of our products. Every single one of our products has not been revamped. It has not been taken from somewhere else and it has been overhauled or anything like that. Every single one of our products and services has been built specifically and only for OnPassive from the bottom up, with artificial intelligence woven into its core. So every single one of our products can be used individually, but more importantly, they can be integrated and used alongside another one. No other company has got this facility to do it. Now, we will be taking market share from some huge names out there. There are some massive names that we already use online right now. But quite frankly, many of these people have been in the marketplace for a very, very long time. It really is time for a new kid on the block. The likes of Google, Zoom, Gmail, GoDaddy, for instance, have been around for a long, long time. Now, I am not saying they aren't very good at doing what they're doing, but all of these companies came to the fore. Why? Because they were better than the people before them. If you remember Google, before Google, we had Yahoo, we had AOL, and many others that have fallen by the wayside. So why have Google become the best? Because they have the best technology, they have the easiest user-friendly pages that we can use. OnPassive is exactly the same. We have produced easier user-friendly interfaces that the customer will enjoy using. But the best of it all, guys, is you as a founder we will physically be paying you to use our products and services. No other company pay their foundership to use their products and services. Now, I can't remember the last time I went on Zoom and they paid me to use Zoom, or I sent an email and Gmail paid me to do it, or I went to GoDaddy to renew my domain name and they paid me to do it. With OnPassive, we will physically be paying you, the founder, to use our products and services. It's revolutionary, it's unheard of, and no other company has ever done it before. So we are estimating that we will be taking at least 5% of the market share from every single one of these companies. And like I said, right now, there is over 4.5 billion people using one of these products and services. So we will be taking 5% of 4.5 billion people. That is massive. You have the chance and ability to participate as a founder in this opportunity right now for the sake of $97. This is the early bird opportunity to become a founder and partner in the next mega giant of a company that we call OnPassive. Now, one of the ways we are going to do this is by using video marketing. Now, if you remember at the beginning of this presentation, I told you one of the things that the company will be doing for you, not only are they going to give us a domain name and build us a website, they are also going to guarantee targeted traffic to this website. Now, one of the things that we're going to use is video marketing. But before I get into this, let me explain what targeted traffic is. So for you to understand what traffic is, let's go back to the old format of offline. Now, Charles Osan is here right now, and he gives a very good analogy of what traffic is offline. And I'm going to use the same one. Now, if we have two identical restaurants, so they look the same decor, they've got the same staff, chef, same menus, but the only difference is one is located in a very busy shopping area and the other one is hidden around a back alley. Which one do you think is going to fare better? Well, it stands to reason, doesn't it, that the one in the shopping area is going to fare much better than the one round the back alley. Why? Because it has people that are physically going to be going to the shop area to do their shopping, their nails and their hair and all the other bits and pieces. Come lunchtime, they get hungry, they look up, see your restaurant and they walk in. What does that result in? A sale. Now, for me to be successful round the corner, what do I have to do? I have to advertise. Now, in the old days, it was in papers, magazines, radios, TV, banners, all sorts of different things to get my name out there so people can physically come to me to use my restaurant. That is another name for traffic. Now, let's move on to the online scenario of what traffic is. Traffic, quite simply, is clicks. This means somebody who is actively going to click on your link so that they can look at your product or services. But we go one step further with OnPassive. We are going to use a thing called targeted traffic. What does this mean? So I'll tell you. If you go onto anything online, into Google or Amazon or onto eBay, and you are searching, we'll say, for a washing machine. So you click into their washing machines. Now you have a look around, you click on something you like, you might buy it or you might not buy it. It doesn't really matter. But the next time that you go anywhere near any social media, what do you see all the way down the right-hand side? All those adverts. And what are those adverts of? Washing machines. It's like, how do they know I was looking for a washing machine? This is artificial intelligence at its best. This is companies knowing what you have been looking for. And we are going to be using exactly the same technology. The moment anybody starts typing in any of these search engines or starts looking for anything that is remotely similar to one of our products and services, we will target that customer with one of our products and services. And guess what it's going to be? It's going to be your domain name and your website. If they click on it and they then go on to purchase one of the OnPassive products and services, what does that result in? It results in a sale and it results in commissions for you as a founder. Like I said, OnPassive is going to do everything for us. And one of the means they're going to do is they're going to use video marketing. Everybody loves a visual. I'm using it now. I'm using slides. We all love visuals. What do we do every day when we are on Facebook, when we are on Twitter, when we are Instagram? We are sending pictures, we are sending videos, we are sending messages because people love visuals. We will do exactly the same to our targeted audience. We're going to have high quality broadcastable videos using intelligent video formats, super easy, friendly interfaces that are going to be easy to share. But above all, we are going to prioritize target of that audience. So let's recap then where we are so far in this presentation. Okay, what are those benefits for you as a founder in OnPassive? It is a fund solution for any cause. This means that if there's any money in your wallet, anytime, any day, if it is there, you can withdraw it. And you can withdraw it directly into your own bank account. Okay, not only that, you can withdraw it in cryptocurrency or other means depending on your country. All of the top marketing automation is going to be done for you by the company. They are going to guarantee visitors and signups to your domain name and websites using breakthrough products for the automation of your financial success, plus a lot more to be revealed later. Now, if you already have a business online at the moment, you will be able to host it on the OnPassive platform. As long as it's legal, legitimate, and above board, you can host it on our ecosystem. And OnPassive will provide a platform to those that have a business so that they can become more successful. They will drive traffic to your business, but that is all they will do. They will not follow up everything else that they will be doing for the OnPassive products and services, but they will drive traffic to your business if it is legal and legitimate and hosted on our platform. For those that do not have a business, okay, that's the likes of me and probably 99% of all founders right now, we will provide a successful online marketing plug and play system that will guarantee your success. Like I said, you do not have to know anything about OnPassive. You do not have to know anything about the products and services. But one thing you do have to do is to participate, and that means to become a founder. Richard Branson once said, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not quite sure, just say yes and then learn how to do it later. This is what we are offering you right now. You do not have to know everything about OnPassive to be successful in OnPassive. But one thing you have to do is to be in. And that window of opportunity is closing very, very fast. I would not be surprised if the founder's opportunity is gone within weeks of what I am saying right now. They are also going to help to seek to obtain your abundance online if you have no business. So let's have a look at the old style of doing business online and why we are so different. I've spoken a lot about this founder's position, and I'm going to go into depth about it right now. The old style of doing business is based on competition and conflict. How many times have we been involved with things where you have to get to certain levels before you get any money, or you have to sell so much before you can get any compensations, etc. All this causes a hell of a lot of stress that you do not want and haven't signed up for. 97% of things become scams at the end of the day. You wake up one morning, guess what's happened? They've run off with your money, or they don't exist anymore. They turn into money pits. How many times have we been told, well, if you just upgrade to this, or you just buy this, then you're going to be more successful, etc., etc. They require selling and recruiting. How many times have we been to our friends and family trying to get them into something that we really, truly believe in, and it ends up being a scam? You know, we get that, oh, not another one of those online things. Nobody likes recruiting. Tools are normally obtained separately. There's never any guarantees. They normally pit marketers against each other. And the worst of all is the compensation plan is normally based on your own efforts. With OnPassive and as a founder, everything is based on mutual benefit. That means the more that I help you, the more you succeed, but more importantly, the more the company succeed. Because the more successful the company is, guess what? The more successful we will all be, because they are generating those commissions from the customers buying our products and services that will be coming to us, the founders. It's a real business. I showed you the offices. You can look it up on Facebook. You can go to Google. You can zoom in on them and have a look. We have real products that have been built from the ground up by people because they are in need right now. We have real people that are our support. You can write an email, our support, and it will be replied by a real person. And when we launch as a customer-based business, we will have phone-ins in your own country, in your own language to sort anything out. It is completely self-funding. Like I said, we only ever pay twice out of pocket. Once to become a founder at $97 US, and the next time you go out of pocket is when we launch to the world as that customer-based business. And that's going to cost you around $200 to $300 US. After that, we will be paying you to use the products and services of OnPassive. Marketers do not have to sell or recruit. How cool is that? You don't have to go to your friends and family because OnPassive are going to do it all for us. Every tool needed for your success is included in these 2 out-of-pocket prices. It also comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. How cool is that? I've never come across a company who has said, look, come on in, have a look around. If it's not for you, we'll give you your money back. As a founder, you can come in now, pay your 97, look around. If it's not for you, you contact support saying, sorry, I want my money back. It's not for me. We will give you your $97 back. If you don't believe me, you can actually pay for that position using a Visa or MasterCard, debit or credit card, and you're backed by their guarantee anyway. So it really is a win-win situation. Marketers only ever compete with themselves, and the best of it all, guys, is it comes with a revolutionary breakthrough compensation plan that is above anything you have ever seen online. It's going to be patented, and you will find out more about that when you become a founder. Ash Mufareh said, everybody in the near future will use something from OnPassive. Whether they come for the money, the tools, benefits, connections, or the communications, they will have a reason to come to OnPassive. How true a statement is that? Look what happened to Facebook the other day when it crashed. Everybody was scrambling to find a new connection online. They couldn't find one. People are waiting for us to come online so that they can move away from Facebook to have another connection online. We are giving the products and services that people are actively looking for right now. You as a founder will benefit from these people coming to our services because you will be earning a commission from them. Guys, we all have residual bills, so why not make a residual income to pay for those residual bills? So how are we going to do it all? We're going to do it all by artificial intelligence. It is changing the world of digital marketing. Like I said earlier, every single one of our products and services have been built from the ground up, scratch, integrated with artificial intelligence. This means they can all be used individually or integrated and run smoothly and seamlessly alongside each other. No other company has ever done this with so many products and services under one roof with one sign up that everybody can access in one place. There has only ever been one other company that has ever done anything similar. And this was about 23 odd years ago. They brought in Excel, Word, and Notepad, and they put it all into one place. And what did they call it? They called it Microsoft Office. Now have a look how big Microsoft is right now as an online digital company. You have got the chance in this early bird founder's position to be a founder and partner of OnPassive in the next mega giant of a company that will be the new emerging Microsoft in the internet space. You have got that chance in this very, very low price to partner and founder us in that opportunity. So let's recap. What is OnPassive going to do for us? It's going to build your team and grow your business by providing over 50 in high demand digital products and services. They are automatically going to send targeted traffic to your website that they have built for you on your behalf. They're seamlessly going to follow up with your leads on your behalf, convert them, put them into your organization, and they are also going to join them into your business. They're going to manage all of the customer services, so you don't have to do with anything. And they're going to do by providing a system that will enable maximum team retention, because they will continually target your customers with new things that OnPassive are going to be bringing out almost on a weekly basis. So they are never, ever, ever going to go anywhere else, because it is just too good not to stay with OnPassive because of the tools, products and services that they will be having underneath their ecosystem that we call OnPassive. How are they going to do all this? By using artificial intelligence. Now, the growth of OnPassive, remember I told you it started back in July of 2018. By the January of 2019, we had 10,000 founders. And let's leapfrog forward now one whole year to the January of 2020. We've got 56,000 founders. So 46,000 founders in 1 year. Not so bad. Let's go forward 6 months to the June, 90,000. So we've just done in 6 months what we did in a whole year prior to that. Let's go forward 3 months to the September, 150,000. We've just done in 3 months what we did in 6 months prior to that. We hit September in 2020 last year, a year ago or so, and it started going completely crazy. We were bringing in between 2,000 and 3,000 founders up until a month ago. Then it started going absolutely mental. We are starting to bring in now between 3,000 and 5,000 founders every single day. And we now stand at 122,000 founders. This screenshot was done only 4 days ago. Okay, it is mental how many people are coming into this organization. Why have we got so many founders? Quite frankly, because they do not want to miss the opportunity. How many times have you missed opportunities in the past? Bitcoin, Amazon, other founderships within other startup companies. This is one not to be missed, guys, for the sake of $97. We are going to be the next unicorn company in the internet space. And there is many, many companies out there that are unicorn companies. What is an a unicorn company? It is a privately owned startup company that exceeds a $1 billion per annum turnover. There's many. Google, Facebook, Amazon, Disney, just to name a few, are all unicorn companies. No one has ever done it in their first year of operation. Not only will OnPassive do it in their first year, we will also do it within our first month of launching to the world as a customer-based business. We would love to have you here as a founder. So what are you going to get for this founder's position of $97? I've told you about all the benefits of what the company are going to do for you, but what you're going to get for yourself. You're going to get early access to the Founders Only website. And in that, we have a community where you can chat to like-minded founders. There is webinar recordings. They're also going to give you bespoke up to 140 odd different links that you can share with your family and friends if you want to. But why wouldn't you want to share the good news with other people? You'll also get early access to use the products and services of OnPassive before it goes to the general public. But more importantly, that founder's position locks you into the pay structure of OnPassive, and it gives you prioritized positioning within that. You'll also be a member of the inner circle where you get to beta test products and services give ideas in a round table of type of format, plus a lot more. So let's recap. What is OnPassive going to do for you as a founder in online? It's going to advertise, market, get leads, signups. It's going to do all of that recruiting, build your team. And this is for you or for any other legal, legitimate business opportunity that you might have. And it's all going to be done by providing an income opportunity by using our breakthrough platform and ecosystem that we call OnPassive. There's been many brilliant minds out there. Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook. Elon Musk created Tesla and SpaceX. Steve Jobs created Apple. Jeff Bezos created Amazon. And our very own Ash Mufarah has created OnPassive. We would love you to join us as a founder with us on this journey of OnPassive. So how do you join? Get back to the person who has invited you to this presentation today. No one gets left behind as a founder. If you are in, you will win. That's it, Susie, back over to you.
Well, thank you, Red. Always enjoy your presentation. It's very informative, and you hit on all the important points. So we understand, everybody, that was quite a bit of information. Excellent job, Red. Great slides and a great conversation about becoming a founder. If you would like a copy of this webinar, and I'm going to open the chat now. I'm sure Marty or someone here will put in the chat. You can send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Please don't put your email in the chat. It's easier if you send an email to Marty at onpassivenation@gmail.com. Okay, there you go, Red.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. You were upside down, but that's okay. So I'll just talk about the Q&A, and then we'll have a few more panelists give their
so you don't want to go out then?
Yeah. Oh, okay, I muted Red. Okay, so today's webinar is for our guests, and any questions are for our guests. We're going to do the questions in the chat. So if you are a guest today, please, and you have a question, please type it in the chat, and we will present it to the panel, okay? Remember, those of you who are joining us today that are founders, please refrain from any founders' questions. This is for our guests. They just heard a great presentation. This may be the first time they've heard about this, and they may have some questions. So while we're waiting for some questions to come on, I'd like to introduce Charles Osan. Charles has been with OnPassive for about 3 years. He knows the business inside and out. He has over 30 years in the IT field. He understands what a mega company this is and what it's taken from the vision of our CEO to put it together. And he has a lot of wisdom as well. And Charles, if you want to share a few of your points with our guests, that would be great.
Thank you very much, Susie and Ethel, for welcoming the guests, setting up the staging for our presentation today. Fantastic presentation from Red, as always. I am about to go get some more positions right after this webinar. Believe me when I say that, because every time I listen to Red, I go, wow. I just feel a lot better. I just understand him much better. And thank you, Red, on behalf of all the founders and the guests here today. So all I want to add is, I know we have guests here today that are coming and they're listening, and maybe some are going, well, we've heard this before. Okay, I just want to say, you've never heard anything like this, okay? And some of us been there, done that, we've done different things, and they have come and go. They have disappeared in thin air, okay? And you may be asking yourself, how is this different? Okay, let me tell you how this is different. I remember sitting in a church one day. I was visiting that church for the first time ever. And the pastor said something. And this is more than 12 years ago. And I took that with me that day. And he said, if something bad happens to you, and you close your door, the day something good is gonna go by, you're gonna miss it. So the best thing to do is just open it up slightly and you watch and you try to compare and contrast. How are these things different? And then if it's good, open it up. And this is what you're doing. Okay, you've just come here because you've opened your door a little bit. And now let me help you open your door all the way. Okay, here's the main difference between OnPassive and any other business you're gonna find out there. Here are the main differences. And OnPassive is the only one with these three things that I'm gonna tell you about. None of them have all three of these things. Some have one, some two, but none has all three. Number one, you do not have to recruit or sell to even one person to make money. And when I say money, serious money, enough money to give you financial freedom. Number two, you do not have to pay a monthly ownership, right? Every month, pay maybe $200, $250, whatever it is, every month. You don't have to do that with OnPassive. Number three, the company has to have legitimate and viable products. By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind, you and I, will need every day. So think about your cell phone. Think about internet access, Wi-Fi. That's what I mean by legitimate. That's what I mean by legitimate and viable, okay? Some companies have legitimate products, not viable, okay? Some of those companies have the first part, the second part, but not the third one. None of them has all three. And OnPassive is the only company that I know that has all three of those things. And if you find one out there, believe me, any one of us on this panel will be happy to be your first customer. You can take that to the bank. That is value. Legitimate, viable, and digital products, unlike any other business today. Those that went out thin air, simple, no viable products, okay? So today we have this, and at a very, very low price, very, very valuable. And by the way, I just want to mention this before I hand it back to Susie. This window is fast closing, like days, maybe week or two, and that's it. This presentation today is October 26th. You're gonna remember this day, believe me, if you're a guest. If you're gonna jump on board, you will remember this day and thank whoever invited you. If you're gonna sit on the fence, you will remember this day and regret forever. You would have missed out, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, Susie, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Charles. We love hearing your insight, and you're absolutely right about those points you make. So thank you for sharing that. We do have a couple questions. The first one, people who are joining us and saying, I didn't get everything, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Marty is putting that in the chat. Once they get this on a link, he will send it to you so you can re-listen to this, because we're not gonna, unfortunately, we can't start all over. There's a lot of information about OnPassive. Precious has a question. Hi, everyone. So is it that OnPassive will set up an online shop for me and get customers to patronize my online shop? When I invest with $97, do I start earning the next day, or I have to wait? What is the average income in a day? What is the process to get my $97 back if I am not impressed by OnPassive? Would someone like to answer? Go ahead, Andy. And welcome, Andy.
I think the simplest way of answering this is to say that if you don't have a business, as Red explained, the simplicity of this is fantastic. So the company will register you a domain name, they will build you a website, and then they will drive specific targeted traffic to that website, closing the sales that come in. So all the people that want these products, they close the sale, and then they deal with all the customer support. But every time a customer falls within your group, they pay you a commission for the customer paying for the products that we have. Now, all the products that we have are digital products. So again, as Red explained, there are various different things that we already use, but the genius of this is we're going to get paid to use them, unlike having to pay to use them if you have a business. So if you like, I'm paying the company to build me a business, but because of the commissions that are coming in, covers my costs. So again, as Charles has said, you only pay once out of pocket. Yep. So you activate your account, and from then on, the commissions cover everything. So you've got all of these various components, and I'm not a techie, so I haven't got a clue how these things work. And quite frankly, I don't need to know, because as I said, this is an autopilot business. Everything is done for you. Everything is simplified. And the beauty of it is that you get paid to do nothing. However, if you get as excited as we are about this, you're going to start sharing it. And if you share it with 9 others, then at the end of the year, your group, your customer base is 10 times larger, because the company is going to do a rotator. Each and every rotator will give you customers. And we don't know how many customers it's going to give you, but let's put it this way. We have 1 million founders roughly, and at the end of the first year, we anticipate taking on 100 million customers. So we're in the top 1%. I hope that covers all of the points, Susie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Let me just see, because there's a similar question. Becoming a founder, what are the responsibilities and what are the process to attaining the expected income? Also, do you create online products for someone like me that has no business yet? And I can answer that. Your business will be OnPassive. The products are created. You come on as a founder, you pay the $97, you catch the vision, you plug in, you keep engaged. That's what the expectation is. Then when we have our global launch, you will become a customer of OnPassive. You will activate your account by paying that one-time payment that Red mentioned. It'll be between $200 and $300. You pay once out of pocket, and that payment is a monthly subscription for the company to go to work for you. They have the products and services. They target customers. They bring in customers under you. They do all the work, all the support. The next month, your subscription payment comes out of your profit. That's why it is self-funding, once out of pocket. So if you don't have a business, OnPassive is your business. And if you do have a business, you'll have an opportunity, if it's a legal business, to bring it onto the OnPassive platform and use the tools and resources to get customers in front of your business. And then you would manage that business, the customers, all of that. So you do not need a business to get involved here. Next, I'd like to introduce Marina, who is here, Marina Favit from South Africa. She knows the ins and outs of OnPassive, and she's been very helpful to all the other founders. So Marina, if you just want to share a little of your insight, that would be great.
Thank you, Susie. Hi, panelists. Hello, Africa. Hello, world. I was actually just thinking while I was on this webinar. Prior to this, I was on the Hebrew webinar, which was fantastic. Last night, after the 6-hour roundtable discussion we had, I hopped onto the Hmong webinar and then responded to email. So if you suffer with insomnia, this is the place to be. If you've got nothing better to do with your life, this is the place to be. There is just so much happening. It's so encouraging listening to people from around the world, what they're going to do, how they're going to help their communities and their loved ones, and just, things that they have a passion for. We are going to be in a position to help those in need. and finally fulfill our dreams and aspirations. So Red, fantastic presentation. Charles, love hearing from you. Andy, lovely haircut. Look at Steve. And obviously the ladies always as beautiful as ever.
Oh,
This is
thank you.
this
You
is
can call me
really-
Sean, Marina.
Okay, cool. As you can see, the banter, we love each other, always laughing, smiling. We've got a reason to wake up in the morning. We have a reason to live, finally. And OnPassive is going to be that dream come true for so many of us. There's not much more than I can add to the wonderful presentation that Red did. And just, this is it. This is a life-changing opportunity. As our CEO, Ash Mufara, the man with the heart, the size of Texas, said, get ready for the best shape of your life. So we are gearing up for that, and we welcome you to join our family in OnPassive. Thank you.
Thank you, Marina. Always good to hear from you. And notice Marina has stripes on. So the ladies all have stripes today. And we didn't even send out a memo about that. So way to go, Marina. We do have another question. I just want to reiterate, don't put your email address in the chat, okay? Send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. We have a question from, let's see. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Abari from Nigeria. Dr. Akudo linked me to the webinar. I enjoyed the presentation. It was captivating. Does OnPassive have agents that would facilitate their subscription, or one could easily do so without assistance? Again, at what point should one expect returns after subscription? Does someone want to respond to that? They understand the question?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Charles.
Dr. Akudo, it's it's plug and play, very simple, basic. You don't need agent to help. Go back to, I see you say the person that invited you, that would be Dr. Akudo. Go back to him, let him send you his link. He will send you his link through email. And once you click on it, it's going to take you less than 3 minutes. Just your name, first name, last name, email address. Okay, you create a password, and that's it. Once you click submit, the system will now send you an email to the one you just used. And you're going to go there, verify that that is your email. And then once you click verify here, that's it. You go to gofounders.net. It'll show you somewhere to click again. You click. That will take you to the gofounders.net page for you to make payments, right? So it's very simple. If you have any questions during that process, you can go back to him, but it's pretty simple. As far as when are we going to start making money when we launch, as far as how much money we're going to make as far as commission, because I saw a question about that. I don't know if that's from you also. We do know that we'll make enough to leave a legacy to our family, right? Our children and our children's children. The CEO is very generous. He's actually giving this away. That's why that $97 is really just to have what we call in the US skin in the game, okay? And that's it, okay? And once we launch again, another small amount of money come out of your pocket, that's it. But the kind of money that you should expect to make is enough to retire everyone. Everyone that is part of this business will have financial freedom, even if you do not bring a single person. That's a big difference, because they're gonna build our teams for us. AI will help us do that. So when the people invite you, it's because they care about you and they want you to benefit also. I hope that answers the question. Is that something I left out?
No, that was very good. Thank you, Charles. I just want to remind everyone, keep this simple. If you're a guest and this is your first exposure to it, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Marty, who's here today, will send you a link of today's presentation. You may not get all of your questions answered today, and that's okay. The more important thing is that if you see the value and catch a glimpse of the vision, get back to the person who invited you, jump on board, become a founder like the rest of us, then you will have access to more private webinars and recordings and with our CEO. And every Monday we do a founders only roundtable where you can ask any question you want. We don't want to dismiss any questions here, but there is a lot of information. Charles is correct. We do not have any numbers as far as what you're going to make, how much you're going to make. The more important thing is if you listen to Red and you watch the presentation, I mean, I jumped on board after seeing a post with 4 bullet points. What I liked about it was fully automated, no recruiting. They go to work for you, and they were looking for founders. This clicked in my head like, this is something I have never seen before, nor will I ever see in a lifetime. So I jumped on board and then continued to do my education. There's plenty to educate you on with that. So let's see. Precious said, Mr. Osan, you talked about a relaunch, pre-launch. Does this mean the launching is in cycle and for every time there is one, a founder has to pay $200 to $300? No, Precious. You become a founder first, $97, and that locks you in. Okay, you're not paying $97 a month. You become a founder, you get locked in. When we have our global launch, which is coming soon, you will need to activate your account as a customer. We do not have the price on that. It will be between $200 and $300. You activate and pay out of pocket once. The following month, that subscription will be paid out of your commissions. And we are very, very confident that everyone will be in commission once we launch based upon the artificial intelligence, the customers and the marketing campaigns and the traffic that Ash and his team are going to point in our way. Did anyone, I'm talking and don't see all the questions. Does anyone see any other questions here that's on the panel? Doesn't look like it. So Ethel, we love hearing from you. You like to round things up today. If you could do that for us. Remember, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Get back to the person who invited you. And Ethel, if you could close the webinar, that would be wonderful. Or maybe a few last words from Charles at the end. Go ahead, Ethel.
Okay, Susie, thank you. Marina, always good to see you. Thanks, everyone. I see Marty smiling. Ha! Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation you guys gave with Red. It is awesome. Well, just a little message for the guests. Charles already hit it on the head. He hit the nail so hard and it was so clear. If they didn't get it, let me say it again. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to know anything. You don't need to be able to understand anything. All we are telling you to do right now, which you can trust us for, is go ahead, get with the person who invited you and get on board. And in the back office, you'll be able to see all the information that you need to know to be able to understand even much better what is going on. If you delay, it is so true. We can tell you the most we can say right here is that you will regret it. You will miss out. While not pushing you to do anything, you can stand and watch. It's okay. It's your decision to make. You can stand and watch, but don't say when it's a little bit too late that had I known, because I can tell you for sure, I can't stop smiling. I cannot stop smiling because I'm passive. I can't stop smiling. We have not launched yet, but I can't stop smiling because for the 2 years about that I've waited, I count it worth it. And it's going so fast. I was expecting to wait longer, but here we are. Look at Charles just smiling. We all know where we are going to be in about a very short time. I don't want to say how long. In a very short time. So come on, we're waiting for you to join the family. Look forward to seeing all of you.
We love to hear that. Yes. And just as a gentle reminder to all our guests, we're here on our own time. We're here to help other founders who have brought guests to watch this webinar. The person who's going to benefit from today is you as a guest. But the biggest benefit is if you get back to the person who invited you. We want founders who catch the vision. And like we said, we have enough founders now, but we're here during the last minimal time to get the word out to the people that our founders care about. And keep in mind that we have these webinars Tuesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern time, Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern time, where you can invite people. And once you become a founder, you can come to our private roundtable every Monday at 2 p.m. to get your questions answered. If you have any other questions, please get back to the person who invited you. If they can't answer it, they will reach out to one of us and we'll get back to you with any questions. So Charles, if you want to wrap things up, that would be great.
Yes, I want to welcome in advance those who are going to sign up today. We welcome you to the OnPassive family, the family with heart. Also, if you sign up today, there is a limited window for you to invite your loved ones, because I know you don't want to go to the top by yourself. You want to bring your loved ones with you. We're going to have another one of these guest webinars on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wonder how many more we're going to have before we stop taking founders. As we said earlier, that window is closing. So you might want to act rapidly. And we also have founders only webinars roundtable every Monday, so they can come and learn more and learn about the updates. We also pay attention to our CEO. He might call up any corporate webinar anytime soon, because things are moving like rapidly these days, and we're about to get into that other gear. That's why most of us, we can't stop smiling, right? All right, so having said that, I want to wish you all the rest of the afternoon a good one, and we'll see you on Saturday, hopefully.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, panelists.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ash. We know you're somewhere watching. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.